Here's another great question. It says, why does the Bible not mention the prehistoric age with dinosaurs and cavemen? The first people they mention in the Bible seem to be much more advanced and civilized than cavemen. Why is that?
First of all, I don't have all the reasons why they didn't mention it. They don't say, the reason why we didn't mention it is because. So actually, I have no record of that. Although what I do find that's intriguing, the Bible talks a lot about interactions with one another. It doesn't talk so much about how they did things. So for example, when we look back and we'll say, we come up with this concept of, well, the cavemen were kind of like this. Well, hold on. You have no idea what cavemen were like. You don't even understand really what that all means. A lot of that we end up transitioning from an evolutionary standpoint, that they say if something was going to transition from ape-like to human, there must be a transitionary period where they are very rookie at things. Well, the biblical example is that mankind was created and God gave them direction right off the bat. So we already have an advancement from a biblical concept. Now, what did they look like? We have absolutely no idea. We play this game where we think, we always look at the pictures of Adam and Eve, and they always look very non-Middle Eastern. They always look, they're slim and trim, and they look like they just stepped out of a magazine. Is it possible that when God makes them in his image and they are perfect, does that mean they have to look like us? It does not. We do know that they were loaded, their DNA was loaded to be able to ultimately sift out into what? All the different races that we have today, all the different people groups that we have today, all that was loaded within them. So this is also a roundabout way of asking the question, well, what about the dinosaurs? What about all that? What about, I will only cite this. It is my particular view that all that was created on this earth in terms of animals, people, was all created at the point that we read in Genesis. However, I do also believe that man and dinosaurs coexisted. Now, we can, because of that belief. Now, we can all argue about that, and people go, the geologic layers do not support that. There's dinosaurs at this level, and there's people at this level. Just understand that whatever science you've seen, there's also science on the other side, because nobody can fully figure it out. But here's what's intriguing to me. I believe, the other reason I believe that dinosaurs and man coexisted is that I believe that there are two dinosaurs or prehistoric type creatures that are mentioned in Scripture. They are actually both in Job, approximately in Job chapter 40. One is referred to as the behemoth, the other one is referred to as Leviathan. Neither one of those creatures, and they are not just poetic, by the way, neither one of those creatures are represented by any creature that we know. They try to say it's a crocodile, it's a hippo. You can't make a hippo with a tail like a cedar tree. Have you ever seen a hippo's tail? It's that little ding, 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 ding thing. Yeah, it's not a cedar tree. And it goes through and it talks about what it eats and what it doesn't eat. It's actually an herbivore. And then you go, well, that's not a crocodile. Crocodiles aren't herbivores. So what I'm saying is, you go, well, where'd all that stuff go? I don't really have time to get into all that stuff. I don't think that I necessarily know all the answers to it. What I'm telling you is, not coming from an evolutionary standpoint changes the game. And I believe that a lot of things were killed off very early on. And so there's not a lot of it written about.